Hello, welcome. Sammy here with Sammy's Tarot Astrology reading. Yeah. So happy to be here with you guys. It's a very special and exciting day. As we all know, the world became a little less fascist today, and it's amazing that we finally get to see this change that we were hoping for, and that seemed like it was coming, and it did, and it has, and that's so beautiful. And so many people worked really hard to make this happen, especially in Georgia, and so it is a great day. And congratulations, Biden and Kamala Harris, and everyone who worked for this, and I'm excited. So to celebrate tonight, I thought I brought this little orange snack to eat at some point during live. If you want to join me, we're not in a Taurus moon, but why not use our senses to soak up the beauty and joy of this moment, so we can really, really celebrate. And of course, there's a lot more to do, but I'll get into that more today. I'm going to talk a bit about what's happening in the transit in the sky. In the meantime, though, let's do what we always do. We'll start with 3 deep breaths. Take a deep breath on the third one, and we'll chant Om Shanti 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 for peace for all time, everywhere. Then I will talk about the stars in the sky and how they apply to us, and today and the upcoming days this weekend. And then we will pull from the bag of tricks 3 tarot cards. So happy you're here tonight, and let's begin. Okay. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Well, what I alluded to before was that there is a time for celebration, and there is a time for digging into more work. And today is a day for celebration. So if you want to go get a snack, I'll be here when you get back. I'm gonna open this little orange here because today this orange represents that oranges are delicious fruit that should be enjoyed. Oranges are not the kind of presidents that we're gonna have in office anymore. So now, in terms of work and celebration, we have the sun that has been in trine with Neptune in Pisces, and the sun is who we are, our true selves, our identity, the core of who we are, the part of us that is deep and consistent and doesn't really change all that much. And Neptune has to do with dreaminess, intuition, sensitivity, psychicness, dance, art, movement, tarot, and being in the sign of Pisces, and the sun in Scorpio. Pisces is pretty much the perfect place for Neptune to be, because Pisces is all about those same values and qualities of the spirituality and the intuition. And so when we have the sun trine Neptune this way, especially in Pisces, as we've had it for a couple of days, and where it's going to be pretty much the next coming week, we get to enjoy it. And even more so once the moon joins the sun in Scorpio by the 13th, the 12th or 13th, the moon will move into Scorpio. And then on the 14th, November 14th, the moon and sun will be conjunct. So they'll be very close together and trining, and that means, is that going to be a new moon? Yeah, we're going to have a new moon. So that's going to be a really powerful time for this trine to be manifesting for all of us. And what that has to do with is, so since the sun is our true selves and our personalities and the core of us, and Neptune is that dreaminess and that intuition, it's all about our creativity, our talents, our goals, the things that we are creating from a really deep place. And it's being able to recognize also that when we use those talents that Neptune helps us to have, the creative gifts, the writing, poetry, music, dancing, healing, loving, tarot, astrology, painting, anything like that, when we really use those gifts that we have and create and share, that's how we're going to be of the most service, and it will open up doors to allow us to change and do more work in this world. So I was thinking about that today because, cheers. Here's an orange for you. Because one thing that I was thinking was, of course, today is a huge victory, and then there's also so much more to do, but using your gifts, your Neptune-ish intuition, and letting that continue to guide your life as you move towards your goals and doing the things that you know you're meant to do, that's going to make you a more effective agent of change. And other than that, we have the moon in Leo right now, which is cool because if you think about the process of this past week and the election, how the deadline for voting was in Gemini moon, and there was a lot of conversation and a lot of intense discussion, and then the past couple of days with the counts coming in and people sort of just not really being able to do much but wait and listen during the Cancer moon and just sort of feel and steep in all of that, and then for the result to come out during the Leo moon, it's that extroverted time, a time for celebrating and connecting, and then the moon will move into Virgo on Monday morning around 8 o'clock Eastern time, and from that celebration then it does shift into some more methodical steps again. And so I think that's a beautiful progression, that this election week has been very in harmony with the moon, and victory is sweet. Let's pull a few cards. What do you say? And shuffle. And yeah, since I'm not on here tomorrow night, it's all about that Neptune-Sun trine. So soaking up that goodness and just keep on creating and keep on writing, singing, dancing, loving, following your intuition, being sensitive, listening, meditating. So if you're watching this in the next couple of days, that is how to be in harmony with the planetary movements. Okay, one more good shuffle. And a cut. All right. Three cards. 1, 2, 3. Our first card. Okay. The 4 of Swords. It's a time of rest and complete stillness, especially with related to ideas. And the window has a scene that's in stained glass of color and life, but the center point of the card is a time of laying things down. And if we look at what's happening in the world right now, there's definitely an ending that has happened for a very big thought structure. And this also reminds you, even though it is a suit of air, that we have only about a little over a month left of Saturn in Capricorn before it goes to Aquarius. And that has to do with the shift of larger power structures. And I think that this card sort of reflects that there has been a very timely ending, and there is now a rest sort of a period before the next steps. And it could also be in your own life if you feel the need to take a rest or a pause, that especially from certain trains of thought, that could be a really effective way to come up with a new idea. Okay, our second card, the Eight of Cups. So here we talked about all of the different water signs going on. We have the Sun in Scorpio and Neptune in Pisces. And having those things together, it's looking like also this person had this collection that they built of something emotional that they invested, that they built, but here they're moving in a different direction. So it's always a good reminder of being able to trust that there is always more ahead than there is behind. And if you're working on something that it could also be something that you're coming back to, that there's really no need to be too attached to any particular sort of line, that there's always more cups ahead. So being able to, this is sort of like taking a rest, and this is sort of like taking a breather, mentally and emotionally. Our third card is the Six of Swords. Very similar themes, these three cards. So this is a card of rough waters behind you and smooth waters ahead, and moving from a period of turmoil to a period of calm, being safe, floating, traveling, and it's about being restored. And so also this is in the Swords thought air. So in terms of the whole spread, there's a lot of rest, repose, and facing away. We don't really see any figures that are looking out from the cards tonight. This person is made of stone. These are made of stained glass. This person is walking away in the distance, and these people are also facing away from us and moving away. So what this also suggests to me is it's a time of turning within, and spending plenty of time meditating, reflecting, and letting your dreams bubble up in you and help guide us away from the rough waters of the past towards the smooth waters of the future, where we can create new and beautiful things, no matter what we've started, especially if you think of projects, because we were talking about creative projects and how Neptune helps us to create artistically. I know that one thing personally as an artist is I have so many different ideas and projects, and basically it's just focusing on whichever one you're working on in the moment and not worrying about getting everything done. So setting down old thought patterns, such as how am I gonna finish everything at once, and then giving certain projects a break, and then continuing to move forward with letting your intuition guide you in your creative process, and knowing that that's what's going to help you make the biggest change. So here we have our 3 cards for tonight. Congratulations, and let's take a couple deep breaths together. Thanks for being here. Have a beautiful rest of your weekend, and I'll see you Monday night.